comes behind and through the door. All right.
Have you ever had to do that?
No. I was so amazing at math. No, I wasn't.
I don't think I ever had to go around
We
doing it.
never had to go to school, but we sent them.
Oh, we
Every
did.
single morning.
I remember doing it.
We had to do flashcards. We had 100 flashcards.
She hung
In 1 minute, we could try and see how
multiple of
many.
8 flashcards.
It was over 100 flashcards, and I could get
She
a
would randomly point out one and we'd be like,
213.
No, I was
No?
the slow kid in my class.
did you work?
Druzy, how
That's
many
not
flashcards? Druzy, how
I
many
was the slow
flashcards did you
kid
get
in
done?
my
It
class.
was over 100, right?
Like the guy that did
Yeah,
was
it was
like
like
104 years old.
I was lazy.
Hey, I don't know what blazers.
Well, actually, there is some stuff wrong with laziness. Not to mention it. No, I was not a very applied student.
And you're teaching school.
Yes.
Are we applied students?
Most of you do better than I did.
Most of them.
That, Dirk was just being absolutely terrible.
A toenail?
No, and over in school, he just doesn't work, literally. He just sits around and doesn't work. So Dad just went and spanked him.
Did
Sad.
it motivate it?
That motivated him very well.
These are a pretty good motivator. So it has like 0.75 on this one.
Yeah.
Comes out to that. So what you just changed that to 7.5, right?
You change it to 7.5 times 10 to the.
Whatever that was.
So you just convert 0.75 to scientific notation, right? And then you combine it with your other one that you had going on.
Is it an easy lesson or not?
I don't think it's that bad.
Yesterday's lesson was the nicest lesson I've been in.
Yesterday's lesson? I thought 7.1 was better, honestly.
No, it was way easier. 7.1.
All right.
They're I got 4 problems done. But it was graphic.
Alright, so basically, oh yeah, so this is just, this is very simple. Alright, so we've already dealt with being able to write a graph to write an equation from a graph, right?
Yeah.
So we have 2, and we have a slope of, I don't know, we'll call it,
80.
we'll just call it a slope of 4, it's a positive 4 slope. I know it's not, but don't criticize. So we have a slope of 4, we have an intersect of 2. How would you write this equation?
Run the rises.
Go,
Y equals,
1.
yeah,
1? Where's the
X.
one
Or just write X.
yeah.
from? No, this is a slope of 4.
No, just 1. And then 4 over 2.
The slope of 4, what do you mean?
The slope is 4. 4 over 1 if you wish, but it's just 4. It's up 4 over
Oh,
1.
you're saying that dot, the bottom dot is
The bottom dot is a 2. Yes.
Oh.
I thought
That's
it
what I'm
was 4
confused.
like that's where you meant it to be. Was
No,
so 2
no,
over.
no, the slope is 4 over 1. I just gave
So
you
4 over 1 X.
four.
Or just 4
That's
X.
right, 4x.
4x.
So I'll come with, you said 4 over 7. I don't understand that.
4X plus
Depends.
2.
Plus 2.
Plus 2. All right, exactly. So that's
Done.
pretty simple. We already know how to do this. So basically what we're doing now is we have to just simply visualize the graph, right? But it's really simple. We know the system. We know that you write the slope with the x, right? And we know that if we have an intercept, a y-intercept, we can just use that and write that down here. So that's all we're doing. We're just putting our equation. We know that our equation is y equals mx plus, what is it? Mx plus
B.
b.
Bob.
Bob. Bingo.
Bob the builder.
Bingo. What's his
Fix it.
name? Bob the builder.
We had. We take maths children. And Isaiah would start that song every time on
What?
the builder.
Alright, so M means what?
It wasn't a song, it was a movie. It was back when we were allowed to watch movies. They were just little.
Check. Alright. M is what again?
2.
What does M stand for? Always.
Don't know, you just write M down instead of I don't know what letter it
M
is.
always stands for slope.
Oh.
We haven't really worried about that too much, but M always stands
You're
for slope.
supposed to write M equals that number.
Yeah, M equals.
We
exactly.
haven't
And that's
done
why, exactly.
M equals.
Alright, so, here we go. Let's just jump in. So we have equations. Okay, so here's the deal. So that works fine if it's crossing, we know where it's crossing the y, right? So say we don't know where it crosses y. Say it crosses a point, all right?
Just a little point.
Just a little point. We'll write our equation. So our slope, say our slope is 2. Let me see. Our slope is going to crosses 8, 3. So 8, 3. And has a slope of positive 2. Probably roughly that. Alright. So here's how we would do this. Here's how we would write this situation. We have our slope-intercept equation, which is that one, y equals mx plus b. And we know the slope value is 2, right? So we can just start here like that. We'll go y equals 2x plus b. All right, so we know we're starting out, we don't know where it intercepts, but we're kind of fine with that. All right? All we do now is just substitute the ordered pair values for x, for 8, and 3, right? So this crosses 8, 3. 8 is what? X, and y is, right. So what we do is we substitute over here. For x, we substitute 8. And for y, we substitute 3 because x and y. Alright? So now with 3 equals 2 times 8 plus b, all we do is solve for b. Alright, so we're going to solve this for b. So we go 3 equals 16 plus b. Alright, we're going to get b by itself, so we'll go, right? Subtract 16 from each side, and we get negative 13 equals b. Cool. Alright, so now we know what b is. So we can go back here, and we can write this equation like this. Alright? We go y equals, so we'll substitute b for this number up here. We'll go y equals 2x minus 13. And there's your equation. Let's do the first one. Alright? So our equation is, or our number, our slope is 3, and our point is 4, 3. That's our first question. Alright, so we start with the equation, which is which? Y equals mx plus b. Perfect. Alright, so our slope is what for the first one? What was our slope? 3, right. Y equals 3 x plus b. Oops, I can't. Help me understand. Alright, so now what do we do?
Then you substitute x and y is 4.
Right. So x is 4. Right, and y is 3. Alright, so now we solve it. 3 equals plus b and
And it's all on both sides, or she'll come out
subtract
with
12 on
negative.
both sides. And that'll give us negative 9 equals b.
So
Alright.
3x plus
So-
minus 9.
Y equals 3.
Y equals 3x plus 9.
Minus 9.
My official that. Not difficult. It's kind of a nice, refreshing break from learning intense things. Any questions or concerns?
I have a question.
I have some concerns.
All right.
I need help on 20.
Number 20. What's number 20?
It's that circle with 2/3. Is it
Okay.
answer 8.36?
No.
Yeah.
Also, I do want you to do 20. Oh, wait, hang on. You said which number? 13?
Yeah. No. Well,
20. No. So, how did you do that? No, area equals what?
pi r squared times 2/3.
Pi r squared times 2/3. Alright. So, let's figure out the pi r squared first. Area equals pi, so 3.14
Times 4,
times 4
which is 12.
times 2/3. Alright, so here we have area.
No, it's not 4, it's 16.
Ah. So the radius is 4, but the radius squared is 16.
Okay, yeah. For some reason I thought it was a circumference.
Mm.
Yeah, then maybe
That will probably change your outcome. No wonder that was so low.
So
I didn't look.
it's on number 3, it's y equals 1 half times 1 plus b.
Number 3, it is
Is it just 1?
y equals 1/2 x minus what?
B plus b. Which is going to be y.
Yeah, so you get y equals 1/2 x plus b, then you have to find b. You have to substitute
just-
for x and y.
It's just 1 a half. So minus a half on negative 3. 2 1/2.
No skipping steps, right? So make sure you write everything down.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So you substitute your 1, -3 for what?
1 for x and negative 3
Okay,
for
we're
y.
with you on what we're gonna do in that case. Alright, so you substitute 1 for x and substitute -3 for y. You solve your equation for b. So you can substitute b.
2.5 equals b.
Write it as a
Fraction.
improper fraction.
2
Negative 3.
For 3? No. Right, so you did, Lisa did the math correctly.
Negative 2 1/2.
It's -2.5, but write it as an improper fraction. So write it as 7 over 2.
Why 7 over 2?
-7 over 2.
Wow.
Oh, this was a 3.5.
3 1/2.
Okay, I don't get it.
Alright, so we're solving for b, so we have -3 equals 1/2
Plus b.
plus b.
So I
So
had
we
to
did 1/2 x.
too.
Well, we could have done
Oh,
that. 1/2 x.
I
So, which
see,
x is just 1, which doesn't matter.
okay.
Alright,
So then there's
So-
by 2.
so we can just go like this. We could multiply everything by 2 if you wish.
So negative 6.
Multiply everything by 2 is going to be -6 equals 1 plus b
So
Plus
5.
2.
plus 2b, I'm sorry. And so now what you do is you subtract 1, -6 minus 1 is going to be -7 equals 2b. And now-
Okay, so I never did that one. I just left like, I just went 86 equals 2.
Yeah, so you have to subtract this 1.
So it's
And then
7 over
divide by
negative 2.
Divide by 2, you get -7 over 2 equals b. Or in my handwriting.
I need help on 21, but I want to know another problem.
Okay. so, does that work? Makes sense, all right. Don't forget to do your subtraction here, and when you have a negative here, it makes it more fun. All right, 21, so what's the first step, Leah?
The 3.
The 3, right? So you're supposed to find what's the first step of these? Find the biggest
Three.
square that goes into it,
Yeah.
correct?
3. No.
So what's the big, can 4 go into it? So 2 times 2 is, so obviously it can't. So like 2 squared can't go into it, so that means you're left with 1. So we're at 1 above it. What's 1 squared?
1.
Exactly, so you're at 1 underneath it as well.
So then you double the 1 under the
Alright,
house?
so first things first, you subtract 3 minus 1.
2.
And then you double the 1 down beside that. Alright, so now, what's the next step?
Let me see how many.
So-
31 and 25.
Right,
And
so
then
how many times
5.
does 2 go into 25? Is the
Oh.
question.
12.
You have to do 9.
Right, so you can try 9, and see if that works for you. It won't, in the end. 9 is too big.
8?
8 will work. So then you go 28 times 8. Goes into 253.
From just like during the next 2 like lessons
So
or
it's not a 2, it's 4.
and then I don't have to guarantee it's going
There will be some work given.
So you come out with 29. Then minus the 1. Right? And then you bring down 44.
What are you doing now?
No, 253 minus 224.
Oh, yes, yep.
Then you bring down 44.
Well, 44.
Yeah. That's like that.
You double 18. 18 double, you bring that. Oh, yeah, then you bring down 44 over there, yes. I'm sorry, I'm thinking we bring down so many things. Exactly. But yes, you do bring down 44.
Then 18 double is 36.
And then you turn 36 by 8.
No.
I'm lost.
You try
Okay.
to get 36 to go to
You
294.
try to get 36 to go into 294.
Which should go in 9. No, not 9 times. 8 times.
8 times.
Well, I have my answer now.
Finish it out.
Those are just the big ones. Genius.
That's the problem. Sometimes genius goes along with it a little bit.
It doesn't overwhelm you, it overwhelms me. Does that?
It overwhelms your math, but, okay, so, so 3.14 times 16 gives you 3.14 times 16, something is wrong with the math here. Oh, it's 50. 50.4, right? Yeah.
Is 50 24 your answer?
No, so 50.4 is the whole area. So now you go 50.24 and multiply that times 2/3, don't divide by 2/3, you don't run into trouble. So
I don't remember how to do that.
multiply by 2/3.
Should we go through it?
Well, here's one way you can do it. Yeah.
Isn't it 50.24 over 1 times 2 over 3?
Well, you can go like this. So you can go times go times 2 divided by 3. Why?
That's what I kind of did.
50.24 times 2. You have to go times 2 divided by 3.
So, times 2
4 divided by 3 times 2.
So it's 33 times point
Right, round to the nearest inch.
49. Oh, just meters.
So,
So you have to go times
2 divided by
times
3.
2 divided by 3.
Oh, I need to put over 22 though. That one is troubling me. Super.
22.
Plus so many hours because of the late. Carla worked 5 times as long as me. They worked a total of 72 hours.
Okay.
Who is
So the
they?
question is, all three of them together. There's 3 people. There are 3 people. So the question is to start with Lily, and she's X, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that means that Sue is what?
Sue is 2. 2 of Lily.
So
So X, 2x.
2X.
And
The
then
other one?
Carla is 5x.
Carla.
5X.
Carla.
Oh, is it C or C?
I don't really care.
Give the feminine version.
They're all feminine in this situation.
Yeah, I don't feel like.
All right. So we have these 3, and together we know what?
They work 72 hours.
Together they
Okay,
work
so-
72 hours.
72 equals 2x plus 5x.
Well, close. You left out Lily.
I have the x plus 2x plus 5x equals 72x.
Yes. Not 72X.
Or,
Just 72, I hope.
yes.
Yes, X plus 2X plus 5X is 72. Right. So now you have your equation and you can sort it. All right.
So how do you just combine this into 7x?
Well, so it moves like this. X plus 2X plus 5X equals 72. Which is
So 7x.
7X? What's 2 plus 5 plus 1?
Oh, so it'd be 8x.
8X equals 72. And then we have an X by itself, it's 1.
It doesn't make any sense on from there, to me.
So then you do.
So what does this mean?
No, it says, like, I have the equation all,
You figured it? So,
yeah,
so
x equals 9,
x
and
equals 9,
for C,
alright.
how
So
many
here's
hours
the deal.
does 2 work?
So now you have to go like this. Look at this. So Sue is 2X, right? What does that mean? It means 2 times X. Or we can replace that with we can replace X. Now we know what X is. We know Lily equals 9. We can
Oh.
go 2 times 9
Oh.
for Sue. So that'll give us, right, exactly, Sue worked 18 hours. And Carl worked,
Carla worked.
Carla. So Carl is 5X, or 5 times 9.
So it'd be 45.
Right.
On number 7, do you use the 20 and 5 together?
You can, doesn't matter.
What it does matter?
No, it actually doesn't.
Because, okay, if you use 20 and 5, then there's, because they both have an x and they both can be divisible by 5, so it's just going to be 4r.
That's going to be what you're factored by, yes, 4R.
So 5
Well, no.
s on the outside and 4r on the inside.
Well, 4R minus 1.
Minus 1.
If you factor something out completely, you have to leave a 1 there.
And 12 and 48.
Right. And there you're going to be able to divide by 12.
Yeah, so it's
Or
going to be
negative 12. So that's going to leave you with a positive 1 on the inside. in. I get coffee.
There's two of them.
One for me.
One for me, one for my alternate personality.
What did your alternate personality like to drink?
For the alternate personality, I don't know, probably some white chocolate thing. Let's just ask Ryan what my alternate personality likes to drink.
Alternate?
Yeah, so there are people with a disorder. And they need to go see a psychiatrist. But, yeah, they have alternate personalities, so basically they'll act like two people. Which,
What did
Is
she
that called
say?
Dolder or something? Bipolar?
yeah, right. People are trying to
Some
embrace
people
that
can-
as a natural thing, it's not.
You can like take pills.
You can take pills to help with that.
Well, you can take pills to make you like that.
You can also. Yeah, I don't think it's entirely intentional for most people.
Well,
It's not, I don't feel like it's a happy thing. Like, it's really hard on relationships to have two personalities.
Well, I kind of like, there was this guy, he's the husband of one of the dealers, and he'll be happy some days, like he's bipolar, and